What's up, fools? Back again, YouTube. Hello. That this is weird. Already? All right, guys, we're back at the homie shop. We got one of our cars here. Well, a little collab that we did for SEMA last year, 2 years ago, last year. Don't quote me on that, but follow. We got some paid full actors right here. Don't mind them. Paid fools, and then some of the whips, some of the ramplas, as they call it. So we have this. A90, cool kitted, and it belongs to this beautiful man.
What's up?
What's up, dude?
That was awkward as
What's up, dog?
What's happening?
No, thanks for taking the time out and your Sunday.
Yeah,
and we're just trying to build, get to know your car.
Yeah, of course.
A little breakdown of it. This track beast, because I know you do track it.
Yep.
Insert photos. Tell us about this place.
So essentially, this is, to be honest, my toy garage. Mess around with a lot of cars here, personal projects, friends projects, do a few work here and there. I do R&D, so I help companies out with validating parts. Also, I work with a lot of different race teams when it comes to Lamborghini Supra Trofeo, Porsche Cup racing,
Sure.
Ferrari Challenge. So a few of the Porsche Cup cars have came and lived here for a little bit for me to do maintenance before the track. That's why you see all the flags up there, like Indy Motor Speedway and some of the other guys I've worked with. Pretty much that is the nature of the shop right now. Sort of doing a bit of a transition, cleaning it up, this and that. That's why it looks like a tornado just went off in here.
This was a SEMA build for 2022. So, okay,
Yeah.
2 years ago. We met you through next door from the shop with
Yep.
Counterspace.
Yep, so I work with Counterspace Garage.
You got this,
That's how I
and
met.
then we're like, hey, we have a SEMA project with Kuhl Racing, and let's just
do it.
do it. Why the kit, or why Kuhl?
So track cars is obviously like my main thing, what I was always into, going fast, doing stuff like that. But a lot of track cars look like ass, I'm gonna be honest, or they just don't look good. Japanese kits always have a certain style to them that look really unique, brings a lot of personality to the car. So I felt like the Kuhl Racing kit was a nice in-between of very functional looks, along with a lot of the Japanese like stance style that you get, stuff that looks super hot boy and gives the car a lot of personality.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Besides the way it looks and the kit, like what's done in the motor? Because I know you do like performance as well along as with styling.
Most of the car's performance capabilities in terms of like stuff that I've went ahead and upgraded and changed out. It's got SPL control arms all around on it to help for more camber, better alignment holding, caster bushings and stuff like that, because BMW steering wheel slop is really bad. Another thing is Counterspace Garage brakes. We make our own brake pads in-house. We formulate our own compounds, and we generally make stuff that's better made for the car. The good way to explain it is that this is a pedigree product versus your off-the-shelf stuff. A lot of our stuff is formulated case-specific per car, including the different compounds and stuff like that.
One thing, real quick to tie in, one thing I did hear about, like, shameless plug to Counterspace Garage, what up? But everything I've heard from them is like, they make really good stuff. All the track guys like vouch by it, from what I've heard. Like they come in and I just talk to them.
That's the thing, like mixing Mastermind and Counterspace is that Mastermind's got the style, Counterspace Garage carries a lot of the performance behind it. All the products we carry and we sell, we've actually used them. We don't go and sell things that we don't believe in. So unless we know it works and it's safe for us, then it's safe for our customers and the people who
and they're real big A90
86.
Supras, the GR86, and then the new GR Corolla. Another like
GR Corolla, we're starting to look into that, and then also FK8 and Integra Type S.
That's what it is.
Civic Type Rs. We're always kind of mixing around in that group.
Everyone that I've talked to likes the brakes.
Yeah.
There's that classic triangle, right? Where it was like good, reliable, cheap, and like they're not. If it's cheap, it ain't good. If it's good, it ain't cheap. You know, so not to talk. But their stuff's really good, but it's not necessarily the cheapest house. But with that, it's a toy, right? Yeah. So you always tell people like, hey, like, I know it's not the cheapest out there, but I know what I'm getting and I know what I'm paying for. It's like quality over quantity.
Yeah. Right? I mean, it's like what I always tell people. It's like
Mustangs.
Yeah. He probably did that because he saw the Supra, the Porsche, and all this shit out here. Fucking doing all this dumb shit.
What was it? It was a Challenger, huh? It was a Mustang.
Goddamn Mustangs.
Yeah, so we're saying, so the Counterspace stuff, everything from what I've heard and like the people I've talked to that go to the track, they're like, dude, this shit's good. Like, but it's not the cheapest out there, I'll be honest with you guys, but you do get what you pay for. And that's one thing they're like, buy once, cry once.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we try to really reinforce. It's like are you going to buy a set of Teehees or are you going to buy a real set of Teehees? You know,
Yeah.
it's like, are you going to buy a rep kit or are you going to buy a real kit?
Yeah.
You're going to deal with stuff when it comes to fitment issues,
100%.
performance issues. They're not going to definitely perform as promised.
Got
you know,
it. So,
fake-
so touching on that real quick, like you're talking about like buying the kit. So how like there's always that unspoken thing with kits from Japan sometimes.
Yeah.
Or like kits just in general. Generally, a lot of Japanese made kits, from what like we've seen, from what I've seen personally, it's like pretty much plug and play. You do sometimes have to do some modifications. How was this?
This was honestly really easy to do. One of the reasons I went with this kit, they do make a wide body kit, but I wanted something that didn't require me to cut into rear quarters, make crazy body modifications where if I needed to stock out the car for any reason, I could. This pretty much went on just like an OEM bumper. The only exception being the side skirts and the rear bumper spats where I did have to cut into it. But it's something to me where it's like, I could just go to Toyota and buy a new set of side skirts and rear bumper and I'm good. I'm back to OEM.
Yeah.
But other than that, the kit was plug and play. The kit had nut certs in it already. They provided all the hardware. It literally took me a day and a half to put everything together. And I put this car together the night before SEMA.
Sounds like every other SEMA build. Putting it together on a trailer as it goes to SEMA. I mean, it looks good. That's always dope to hear. I know Kuhl makes stuff for all your GTR guys, A90 guys.
They even make GT86, Priuses, the new 400Z.
The new Z, I was about to say that too. Hit us up if you need some stuff. That's another shameless plug. But so besides the looks, I know you are, and the suspension we talked about, and the brakes. What wheels, and then what's done in the motor?
So wheels, I am running TWS Forge. That stands for Tenasia Wheel Systems, not TSW. A lot of people get that confused. TWS has actually been in the game for a really long time. They've been around since like the 80s and stuff like that. They do a lot of homologated motorsports wheels. So a lot of wheels that you see on race cars, it's most likely TWS.
Yeah, TSW is made in it's made in China.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
It's not.
Don't come for me, TSW, but also come for your boy. No, just kidding.
So that's back onto the whole thing. Buying real parts, buying legit stuff that we know that works, that's formulated for the abuse that I'm going to be putting the car through. Motor-wise, the car is relatively mild in Supra speak. You see guys out there pushing like 900 horsepower. Do a lot of crazy stuff. Currently, right now, it is a 2022, so recently they did start unlocking those ECUs to allow it to be tuned. So I am in a MHD off-the-shelf stage 2 with flex fuel. Car's got a catless downpipe. It's got a Takeda air intake system in it. It's got a Bomies exhaust system on it. So around what MHD will claim, it's about like you could expect it to touch 5. And we're going to be custom tuning it ourselves in the near future. Right now, we're just running through the paces, getting the car all situated and seeing where it goes. Possibility of like port injection and stuff like that in the future if I decide I want to push that amount of power. But as it sits, the car's 500 horsepower is 500 horsepower. It's still quick.
100%. Everyone's like, I need this number, but everyone's like number chasing. But then they're like, dude, actually get out there and drive it.
Everybody number chases, but then it's like, I've seen guys buy like brand new GT3 RSs on the track, and then they'll get smoked by a dude in an S2000.
That part.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
No, that's definitely a thing. So all you A90 guys, if you guys want to go fast, we'll link his stuff. Because honestly, the time that I've known you, you know a lot, and you play it off, but it's like, you just don't, I'm like, oh, this guy knows what's up. So all you A90 guys in the future, we'll link his stuff, and you can just follow his stuff and, stay up to date with it. And if you need some stuff and you want to go fast, he's probably going to be your guy because he definitely has the resources and knows the right people. So kind of shameless plug for him.
When you work with real race cars, it helps translate to our street cars that we try to
100%.
make race cars.
Everything comes gets trickled down, right? Like from like a race team, and it's like, all right, let's apply this to like real life stuff. So, I mean, there's nothing work done to it. Interior, I see a shiny red brid seat.
So the brid seat, obviously, to help hold me in. Stock Supra seats are just notorious for being horrible for bolstering. So every time I would track the car, I'd slide left and right. The brid seat was more of a style points thing. That's why bright red. But it does help hold you in and keep you situated and from sliding around the track, stuff like that.
Got it. Fucking looks good in there.
Yeah.
And I like how it's just like, it's modern, but it still has like that, it's
so
a modern car, but you still have like classic Japanese styling.
That's the thing too, like 2000s. This car, everybody knows, like it gets a lot of flack for like, oh, it's a BMW, stuff like that. So I wanted to insert a lot of Japanese styling into the car. It's got a Toyota badge on it. It deserves it. It's still a Supra at the end of the day, and this is what we got. So this is me just trying to give it the Japanese kind of pedigree that it deserves.
Got it.
You see other companies all the time making parts for the car, like A90 and stuff like that, but those are German companies, you know, very BMW thought process. This is it's a very loud kit, and that's why I got the livery to kind of accentuate everything and match the car. Definitely give it that street racer vibe, but still like, hey, this is like legit race car stuff.
Any like future plans for it? Like, what do you like? What's in the future? Like looking at this.
So future plans for the car, the Kuhl kit will be staying on.
Okay.
I will be doing a different hatch, so unfortunately the rear gate wing will be coming off.
Okay.
Reason being is that I want to attach a full, actually chassis mounted GT wing, possibly looking at companies like Sard and stuff like that. So trying to keep it very Japanese still. Car's gonna get repainted, full new livery, this and that. Totally, obviously it's gonna have more power in the future as we're talking about doing more tunes with it. Braking system, we'll see how it goes from there, but the stock A90 braking system is actually, it's very potent.
Yeah, okay.
You don't really need to do much to it.
You changed out the pads though, right? You put
Pads,
on, you guys put on.
I mean, all it really needs is pads and good fluid, and
you're good
that's 90% of what everybody needs. Everybody throwing on BBKs and stuff like that, it's really unnecessary. There's a whole excerpt that I could go on it about why BBKs aren't always the best option. Just because it's bigger doesn't mean it's better. And oftentimes for modern cars, BBKs aren't bigger than your stock brakes.
Got it. Bigger's not always better.
Yeah.
You hear that, ladies?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Don't put it. You might want to cut that out, but let's leave it in for all the short homies out there. You know what I'm saying?
Short kings.
Short kings, you matter.
Yep.
New kit, new color.
New color.
Okay.
Yeah. So new color. I do own a 2024 Integra Type S, which will probably
Fucking
be
flex, humble flex, subtle flex. All right, go ahead. Continue.
That'll be it's a more practical car I wanted to get as a daily that was still fun. The Supra was actually my daily, and I dailied it like this for a really long time. So I got the Integra as a supplementary car while I go and work on this, and this becomes more of the track-focused monster. Probably going to add like a nice splitter to the front lip to help for front downforce, bigger wing, do a half-cut rear bumper like the old school JDM cars do. Okay. Do like a cool center exit exhaust setup, stuff like that. So definitely it's going to get a lot of stuff done to it. That's going to make it more track-oriented. But obviously, if I do want to take it to a street and go flex it like OC Cars and Coffee, then I could go and do that.
Yeah.
Still got plates and everything like that.
There you go. Why the A90?
So the A90 Supra during the time, to me, it was the best bang for the buck.
Okay.
For a $50,000 to $60,000 car, you're punching in GT3 territory on the track. You don't really have to spend that much money into it to make it fast. Stock, it's already really fast. Stock, it does sub 2s at Button Willow. It's pretty fast for a car that's sub 60,000. Because you look in that price range, you're getting like Civic Type Rs, maybe an RS3. You can get an F80 M3 or F82 M4, but it's like the personality that you get along with the car and the name Supra, to me, just means a lot more for 60K.
Okay.
Like you get everything else, like, oh, that's another M4. You know, you see a Supra, like, oh, that's a Supra. It's like, is that a Supra?
Oh! Is that a Supra? Dude, is that a Supra?
It's a Supra.
BMW with the Toyota badge? Just kidding. A90 guys will cover me. I'm
It's
just
a
kidding.
C4.
I've always liked the A90 Supra. Get over it. Get the fuck over it, guys.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're just like, I just need to get it. Like, all right, I like it. Let's just do it. I want a new track toy. It's new.
It's reliable.
It's cool.
This car gets 30 miles a gallon, so it's like...
It's reliable? It's a BMW, right? Motor? No, just kidding. It had good reviews when it came out. I know a lot of people didn't want to give it the credit it deserved.
A lot of people bagged on it because of the BMW half and half thing, but what people don't understand is that it was a co-developed car. It was co-engineered. It was a brand new engine. It was nothing that BMW ever made before. And putting into this car, now BMWs are the most reliable cars. Like 340i's, the new M3, M4, those things are making crazy power.
Yeah,
They're stupid reliable.
Yeah, they are.
And it's all based on this project.
For off-road use only. You said it was catted down pipe.
Well, uncatted.
I'm sorry, uncatted. I'm sorry. Well, come on, fool. Work with me, dog.
We're in Nevada right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is all Nevada. All right, so you have a down pipe. Can you fire it up so we can hear it?
Yeah.
They can hear it? We all can hear it? ASMR things. ASMR things. Go ahead. Sounds good.
If anybody was wondering, the car is already warmed up, so. It's fine.
So I appreciate you taking the time. One thing we're trying to do, like I said, we're trying to do something like quick little interviews, getting to know you, getting to know the cars a little bit, what, why, when, where, and how. And then since you did that, we'd give you a couple minutes if you want to plug anything. The floor is yours.
Definitely want to give a huge thanks to Mastermind and Counterspace. This wouldn't have been possible without them. It was definitely great to finally work with both Mastermind and Counterspace on this project. I've been knowing them for a while. They've been great friends, and doing business with them was so seamless, and getting parts for the car needed to get done. Maxxis Tires, they were the booth spot. They have done continuous support for the car, and they were a big part of putting this whole thing together. I also want to give a shout out to my racing team, PPM. You guys definitely helped put money in my pocket to put stuff like this together. So that's a big thing.
Shout out the plugs.
Shout out to everyone there. And yeah, pretty much the whole car wouldn't have been possible for them, like without them. A few personal people, Brian from Impressive Wrap was a huge help. Personal shout out to Brian. To give a few names to the Mastermind guys, Rajit, Tak, Wen, Chot, Zoe. He actually shot the car right after SEMA, so that was really dope. And then the Counterspace guys, David, Mike, they helped me put this whole thing together and helped me configure the setup for the car to be an absolute beast on the track, and has definitely helped the journey with getting faster with the car, along with getting the car faster.
No. So, and then shout out Kuhl.
Yeah, Kuhl Racing, of course.
So Kuhl Racing Japan. Hi, thank you for taking the time on your Sunday afternoon and hanging out with us. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Later. We're still trying to figure all this shit out.
Nah, it's all good.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Shit like that should be thrown in there.
Yeah. What's up, fools? Back again, YouTube. Hello.